So Nick did appear in. So we'll go back to the very beginning. We talked about this. Nick said he had a good day today, and just prior to going to court on the most important day of his criminal case thus far, he was up until 3 a.m. arguing with people on Twitter and also hanging out in Melton's chat, paying him $100 to be his friend, where he said, "Thanks for all the well wishes and the support. Today I have to go do something that is anathema to me because it is the right thing to do, and I have two boys that teach to teach how to be men. You've always been a neutral voice, and that's all I've ever asked for." So what does he mean by this? So he has to go do something that is anathema to him. Now, many people would take the implication here is that he's going to have to take a big, fat L. He's going to have to go and plead guilty so that he can get his life back on track, because fighting the case would be it'd be ridiculous. There's no way to win this case if he fights it. They've got everything. He has no defense. The only thing he can say is like, well, the cops maybe planted it or something. But he had his first hearing today, and this is the report from on the ground from the Kiwi farmers. So there was about 5 people in the court, I believe. But this is the notes as it went through. Unfortunately, it was mostly a closed courtroom. They went into the back, talked about something, and I believe that the next hearing is scheduled for the 16th of December. So about a month away is the next hearing. And my reading of the situation, is that Nick is going to plead guilty, but he needs to work out the details with the prosecutor, and he's delaying it as much as possible. He's delaying it to see how April's case goes, and he's delaying it to see how Kayla's case goes. I think ultimately he will take the guilty plea deal, but he's trying to kick the can down the road, because if he can keep things going, keep the body cam out of the public view, maybe people forget about it. Not bloody likely, but I think that's what he's doing. So I think he's using it to buy time to see how things are going, and he's desperately seeking anything he can do before the date. And the thing is, though, unfortunately, the more time that passes, the more he seems to fuck up, like with the Melton incident, with the reading Aaron's private stuff and private logins, digital trespassing, perhaps wire fraud if they were looking at his credit card stuff. So, yeah, I think that's what's going on there. But let's see what the Kiwis are saying today. So, as reported today from the Minnesota Candio High courtroom, Nick and Kayla, for some reason, this person makes their K's look like a U. I guess they're writing very quickly, but it threw me off at first. Nick and Kayla are whispering to each other, and April is trying to whisper to them while standing a few feet away. Lol, it's awkward. So apparently there's a lot of tension. Again, Nick showed up to Kayla's courtroom in normal clothes, late, but apparently he was wearing a black suit today as well. He showed up with his mistress. She's just there for... yeah, this is Nick's alter ego. But yeah, that's who we're talking about right now. Niku. Can't make out what they're saying. Sorry. At 2:45, Nick looks reddish, keeps sighing and looking up. No one is talking. All three just standing around. You could hear a pin drop. Now Nick and April are having some conversation that he's smiling at her and she's giggling while... Wait, so this is Nick and April, they're talking and giggling, while Kayla stands still and silently gripping her left arm. Oh, like this. Gripping her left arm. At the elbow with her right hand. While she looks so tense from behind. Can't see her face. It's down. Bro, there is like 5 people in here and court is still not in session. Kayla has a death grip on those car keys. Can see her hands' veins. Feels a bit... something was scribbled out. Lol, I don't know. No, I don't. Lol. Let's see. So apparently it was all figured out in the back room and there was no court session happened. Fucking pussies. Wow. Lamol. So I missed that. There's another one, right? Afterwards. April gives Nick a huge hug. She has heavy caked on foundation and mascara. Muddy combat boots. She's been out in the forest hunting for deer, I suppose, practicing for taking out Kayla and wearing her skin around the house. Muddy combat boots, blue jeans, some weird coat with a big gold buttons down the arms. I think I've seen that coat. She looks puffy, been crying for sure, head down, waiting in the hall. 2:19. So I guess this is before, right? Did I read these out of order? Sorry, Chad. I think I read these out of order. Oh, well. 2:19. She went into the bathroom down the hall, and I can hear her sniffing and tearing paper towels. Faucet sounds, no toilet, most likely. 2:30. Still waiting outside court. Just met April. She looks incredibly tense, eyes either down or staring off. A ring on every finger. Silver holographic nails. 4 bracelets on each arm. So she looks like a hussy. 2:32. Super awkward small talk between April and Kayla. April tries to keep Kayla, to help Kayla throughout the fast. April tries to help Kayla throughout the fast food container. They talk a tiny bit about nothing and then hang out facing each other awkwardly. The bailiff comes out. Apparently April had like a salad or some shit. I read that. Bailiff comes out. Must note, both Kayla and April are playing with something in their hands. April, her glasses. Well, that's because they're tweaking, right? April, her glasses. Kayla, her car keys. So tense, they deaf feel awkward and are just self-soothing. 2:40, we're finally into the courtroom. Nick and Kayla stand together while April stands a few feet away, awkwardly staring at them. So that is the report from on the ground. And hold on a second. Do I have an actual thing? I have this as well. I guess I'm unprepared, as people have been calling me. Very, very unprepared. I was abducted by a submarine, though, so I feel like I should have the benefit of the doubt. Here it is. Okay. So this was today. The settlement conference will happen today at 2:15 p.m. and a secondary settlement conference has been scheduled for the 17th. So provided Nick doesn't freak out and do something stupid, it might be a bit of a Nick gap, okay? Although, except tomorrow he has another court case, so I guess that's not true. But it looks like maybe there'll be no streams until halfway through December about Nick. We will have to stream about something else. But again, I think he can't help himself, so it's very unlikely. But my reading, like I said, my reading of the situation is that a plea was offered and Nick has been bargaining. I think he's promised to plead guilty, but only if they drop the child endangerment charges. I think that's what he means from this super chat. Like, again, this is my headcanon at this point, but I think that he's promised. That's why there's a secondary settlement conference. Settlement conference is typically for like negotiating the plea, right? I think that this is what it's implying, is that I have to go do something that he doesn't want to do. So he's already said he's doing something he doesn't want to do, but he's doing it to show his children how to be a man. So I think he's going to say, I have to do what I don't want to do, plead guilty to these charges, even though I know that I'm innocent, just to get my family back on track. But I don't think he can take the L of pleading guilty to child endangerment. So I think his offer, whatever the prosecutors have offered him, I think that he's negotiating to remove that. He just wants maybe reckless, whatever it is, like owning a firearm with controlled substance. I think that's what he's bargaining for right there. He can't take the L of the child endangerment, because then people will be saying he's literally guilty of child endangerment online. I think that'd be too much of a blow to his ego. But also, it's possible that they're arguing to seal the body cam footage as well. I'm not sure about that, but that could be one thing I was thinking of. But I don't know what you think too. But there's almost this to me implies that he's almost certainly taken a plea deal at this date. Now, he has kicked down the road successfully until December. And again, maybe he's just trying to stall for time to see if something comes up with Kayla's case or April's case. Because, hypothetically, this travesty of a memorandum that Kayla filed today, because the state will have to respond to her memorandum. Let's say that for some reason, the court says, oh, maybe Nick was acting. Maybe we do need to go watch Scarface, Al Pacino, whatever. If Kayla won on this motion, then Nick would be able to reference that in his own filings and say, well, Your Honor, if Kayla's search warrant was thrown out because I was acting, then how could my search warrant possibly be a legal document? It's ridiculous. So I think that that's what he's trying to do as well. There's no way this is accepted. Like, if it does, then I'm just going to fucking lose it and go back to living under the sea or some shit. It'd be totally crazy. So that's kind of my theory. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I would say, like, 1 for he's trying to just delay as much as possible. 2 for he's bargaining to get rid of the body cam and or child endangerment charges. Or 3, he's just delaying, hoping against hope that he can get like a last quarter Hail Mary in the form of Kayla's ridiculous filing. It's what do you guys think? What do you guys think?